I'm at Thorpe Fuel Station, and this is right outside. I think it's like a tea shop or something. It's a British Rail Mark 1 coach. These would never have run at Thorpe Fuel Station because it closed in 1931 and these were introduced in the early 1950s. As you can see, this is the other side of the Mark 1 coach. Whatever was in there originally, it's closed down now. Rather a pity. You can see they've actually just painted over the windows and some people have been scratching into it. Yeah, well. You can see the old corridor connection there to the old coach. In fact, just sort of walking around, I wonder how close can you get? Yes. You can see the suspension, the wheels, coupling, vacuum pipe. I wonder how good a condition this coach is actually in. Like if they move, it probably won't ever move just because it's in the surplus of Mark 1s, but if they moved it, could it be used on a heritage railway? With all that underframe, not as good as my Triang models. I believe these would have been coal staves for the locomotives in village and coal deliveries. Yeah, that's it's weirdly beautiful, even it's all derelict and dilapidated now. I'm back at the area which I believe the coal staves. In fact, looking at them, that's almost certainly what they were. And you can see this lower section, this would have been the goods yard. Yeah, just sort of looking at the open area. Yeah, that's a goods yard. Prove me wrong. But, well, I'll look at the maps and that might prove me wrong. Yeah, I've got a map at home, so I'll have to have a look at that. My grandfather gave me an old book on sort of Castle Eden and the Wynyard Line, whatnot. So I'll have to show a few pages of that. This is the book my grandfather gave me that I think will be sort of a major thing I show for a few bits in this video. As you can see, it's, well, there's one of the stations in its heyday. I don't think that's not Thorpe Fuels, I don't think. Yeah, you can see station building's a bit different. From pictures I've seen, or at least maps I've looked at, I think round the back there would have been like a goods yard or something. I hope I'm reading the map right. Thought it was a bit strange, so I'm probably being just a bit thick. Yep, here we are. I've literally walked, I don't know, 50 feet. Thorpe Fuels. What a walk I've done to deserve this. So the station would have originally been double tracked, and it closed to passengers at least in 1931, closed to goods traffic in 1951, and the Beach and Cuts axed the branch line in 1966. So the branch line, as I said, was double tracked, though you can see it's all been filled in, so you'd have to sort of climb up onto the platform. It's a really nice walk. I've done this walk a few times though today. I think I'm only going to be at Thorpe Fuels. Here's the map of my book, and yes, what I was looking at were coal staves, though I originally thought it was a goods yard. It wasn't, it was just literally a few sidings. From old photographs I've seen, originally there would have been a bridge here somewhere in this area, but it's long gone. Not the viaduct was blown up in the 70s, but there was like a road bridge over the top. I actually got this bit wrong. The bridge I thought I was on about was actually at Wynyard Station, though it was demolished. The bridge is where you can really see it was double tracked. Most of the cutting is sort of collapsed and fallen in over time, because I'm trying to think, it was only a walkway since the 80s. So that time it's sort of collapsed a bit. Rather sad, this old architecture's all gone, but some of it's still there. I don't know what I'm saying, I'm rambling a bit again. We have another viaduct here, and this one is a lot bigger than the sort of one I showed you before. Yeah, I'd say it's really weird. There's insects everywhere. I hate insects. Eradicate them all, I say. The line's main form of motive power would have been LNER Q6s and LNER G5s. They were stabled at Sunderland Shed, and because of that, I'd also imagine a few J27s were here, as there was also a fair few of them stabled up north or northeast where we are, or at least where I am. You're probably watching this at home in your computer. So yeah, I failed miserably walking the Castle Eden Walkway because I ran out of time and had to turn around. So not nearly enough footage for sort of the longer video I was hoping for. So at some point I'm probably going to do a part 2 to this, where I hopefully walk the whole thing. Depending if I can find my book, I might do a history segment to sort of just explain the brief history of the line, and shows, because it's got some old photographs of Thorpe Fuels when it was abandoned and when it was sort of in its heyday. So in this book you can see the photograph of Thorpe Fuel Station when it was abandoned. And I've done a bit more reading on it, and it opened to goods traffic in 1878, opened to passenger traffic in 1880, closed to passenger traffic in 1931, and closed to goods traffic in 1951. So I've just done a bit more reading, and the branch never actually reached Castle Eden despite its name, and the workmen tended to call it the Cuckoo Line. And as a whole, it sort of closed in 1966 with Beeching Cuts, with its last remaining traffic being the mineral trains. Here's another photograph I rather like in the book. It's an LNER G5 bound for Hartlepool at Wellfield Station. So I did a bit of looking at the line's sort of route, and it ran from the Durham coastline to the old Hartlepool Dock Railway, which were all sort of absorbed into the North Eastern Railway, and then that itself was absorbed into the LNER.